So in this question in our series of videos introducing probability, we've got something a bit different, which is basically comparing different events and seeing which one is most likely. So this is this kind of thing you might be asked to do in an exam where you're given kind of a list of different outcomes and you've got to figure out which one is actually the most likely or the least likely. And so we've got three different things here. We've got a coin being flipped and landing on tails. We've got a card being taken from a deck and it's red. And thirdly, we've got a dice being rolled and it lands on an odd number. So I'm just going to go through these one by one and figure out how likely each of them is, and then we can compare them at the end. So for our first trial here, we've got a coin flip, and we know that it's the most famous example of a random event because we've got heads and tails and they're both equally likely. And so if you flip a coin, the chance of it landing on tails, which is just T here, so I've labeled T for tails, the chance of this happening is going to be a half or 0.5. I'm going to deal in decimals here because as we can see, as we're going to move down, there's going to be some more complicated ones, so I'm going to stick to decimals here. But that is going to be it for our first event, so that's going to be 0.5. For our second one, we're taking a card from a deck and it's going to be a red. So we're just going to label or for red, and the probability of getting a red if we draw a card from a deck is going to be a half, because there's going to be an equal number of red cards and black cards in a deck, because we can actually write this also as 26 over 52, because there's 52 cards in a deck and 26 of them are going to be red, the other 26 are going to be black. But 26 over 52 simplifies to a half, which also simplifies to 0.5. So that is going to be it for our second event. And this is also good practice at sort of memorizing the different famous examples of random trials. So we've got a coin flip, now we've done the cards and we're moving on to the dice. And so for our dice, we're told we're looking to roll an odd number. And so the probability of rolling an odd number is going to be the number of different kind of odd options out of the numbers on a dice over the total amount of numbers on a dice. And so if we just do a little list here of all the different numbers on a dice, we can see that if we count them, there's going to be 1, 2, 3 odd numbers. So 1, 3, and 5 are the odd numbers on a dice, and there's 3 of those, and there's going to be 6 total options, so 3 over 6, and that is going to be the same as 0.5. I realize you might have already known that just off the top of your head, but it's no harm just to kind of reinforce where this comes from. And so out of our options here, we can see that there is going to be 3 different events, and all 3 of them are going to have a chance of 0.5 or a half of actually happening. And so the correct answer to this question is going to be option 4, which is that they're all equally likely. Or in other words, if you did these 3 things and you did them, let's say hundreds of thousands of times, no one event or no one trial is going to have an outcome that isn't roughly 50%. So they're all kind of in the same ballpark. And so that's going to be it for this question.